not just about the age. Though every country has an age limit where you need to get there before you can get married. I think for Ghana it's 21 for the female and the male is 25. If I'm not
It's
lawyer will
18.
correct me on
It's
that one.
18.
It's 18 now.
Yes.
Okay, 18. Yes.
It
So if
actually
you
has
turn
been
18,
18 for the
Yeah.
longest
The
period.
legal age for marriage.
Yeah.
oh, okay. So every country has that. But on an individual level, there are so many things that you need to call yourself mature to get married. And like we are saying, they shared about the emotional and the, I mean, empathy side and all that. But there's also a need to know that you need to have some moral maturity. And moral maturity is some of the things that doesn't come just because you turned 18. There's a need to have social maturity as well. And if you're going into a relationship and you are not fully developed, so simply putting maturity in a simple term is being developed. So a full developed person. What are your personal developments on certain areas in your life? Which are some of the areas that's been mentioned? Physically, are you fully developed to even get pregnant and carry a child? I mean, when it comes to your health condition at that age, and then your emotional maturity, your social maturity is also crucial because if you are not socially matured, there are a lot of things you are going to experience. If you don't even know how to deal with people on a very matured way to even accept your mistake and say you are sorry, you haven't aligned yourself with your values, you don't know where you are going in your life, you haven't developed on the 8 dimensions of your life, including financial maturity. If you are not financially matured, how would you go into a relationship where you are going to be making decisions together in order to get somewhere with what you are doing? So there are a lot of areas that needs this maturity. Physically, you need to be matured. Socially, you need to be matured. Morally, you need to know what morally it is that you are going into and understand it, as well as also spiritually, which Phoebe spoke about, more about the values you are living your life with, so that when you go into the marriage, that value will guide you in your decision making. But if you don't have this maturity and you just decide that because I have turned the age that I need to go into marriage, it's okay. There are a lot of things that will surprise you. And I think it's not people's fault to think that they can just get married. No, nobody has actually made us aware of what it takes or what we need to do on our own before we get married. So maturity is not just about the age. You need a lot of grounding in yourself as a person, meaning that you have developed mentally, socially, and spiritually, and also emotionally, psychologically, to understand the terrain you are going to go to. If you just think by turning 18, you can face everything, that may not be so true. Because, like the word says, sometimes experience is the best teacher. So, age is not just the factor, though physically, you need certain qualities as well. But there are several things you need to be developed upon before you can say, I'm ready to get married.
Great.